should never eat meat. Next up, we have received new information from our correspondent Rachel Feldman at the Washington Post that says a new set of genes have been discovered that enable individuals to be resistant to malaria. This is a startling discovery because worldwide, over 655,000 individuals die a year because of malaria. Before we hear about this great discovery, let's first gain some insight on malaria from our field reporter, Lexi French. Lexi, are you with us?
Malaria is a parasite transmitted by mosquitoes and is most common in underdeveloped regions of the world. The cause of malaria is a microscopic protist in the genus Plasmodium, which infects two hosts during its life cycle, the mosquito and human. Plasmodium is transferred to humans by mosquitoes, which originates as sporocytes in the salivary glands of female mosquitoes, which then go to infect the human liver. Here, a new cell type, merozoites, migrate to the red blood cells. Merozoites produce gamocytes, which circulate into the blood until they are picked up by a mosquito, where they will fuse to a sporocyte and start the process again. And back to you, Zoe.
Thanks, Lexi. This recent discovery finds that the locus, or specific area on the genome that enables malaria resistance, is strikingly similar to chimpanzees, according to Feldman. It is very significant that this genome relating to malaria sits in a cluster of genes that so closely resemble that of chimpanzees. The specific genetic variation that affects malaria resistance has been around for a long time, which implies that there is a reason that it is found in such a large population in Africa where the study was done. In Kenyan children, having the right variation of these genes resulted in a 40% decrease in the chances of having severe malaria. Dominic Kwiatkowski, a lead study author for this malaria gene, says that this kind of case is what's called genetic equilibrium, and it is considered to be a balance in selection. This simply means that the genes are placed into a population because of their benefits, but aren't enabled to become too common because of possible downsides. Now, let's see how this discovery relates to biology.
As we know, evolution is not an abrupt process, which you can see in malaria's genetic locus and how it has evolved over time to enable some individuals to be resistant to malaria. This also shows how evolution doesn't take place over an individual's lifetime, and that these genes have evolved for a long time before becoming apparent. Also, the genetic process of DNA, transcription, and translation, as well as passing on genes, lend a helping hand to truly grasping this monumental discovery. The genetic variation of malaria resistance also brings to light the evolutionary changes that shape the human genome, as well as the specific activity on the surface of the cell. Cholera, like malaria, has been found to be a genetic adaptation in some people that is evolving with them. Back to you, Zoe.
Let's wrap up with why this recent discovery matters. The genome that affects malaria resistance directly relates to further scientific treatments that could bring about cures for malaria and other diseases, which could result in thousands of saved lives each year. It also gives great insight to genetic variations and how genetic variations can be inconsistent among a population by way of balancing selection.
Next up, why high fructose corn syrup will kill you.